Live from the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet presents NCAA Division II men's basketball coverage on the ECC network. In today's non-conference matchup, the College of Staten Island Dolphins take on the Ravens of Franklin Pierce University. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joe Foreman, and I will be on the call solo today. I'm a bit under the weather as I've been battling an illness throughout the week, and we are trying not to make contact with the players, but they're coming over for fist bumps. Nonetheless, I took all the precautions necessary to make sure that everyone keeps a safe distance from me. Our engineer today is Tyler Clark. Nick Durst not with us here this afternoon. I'm sure he's watching on the road today. We have some winter weather incoming here in New York, but due to my condition, we did not have a pregame show today. I arrived just before tip-off. I'm going to call the game and then head right back home and rest up. As for the Dolphins, they hope to head home with their 9th win of the season. They come in 8-5. The Ravens come in 3-9, and CSI wins the opening tip. Goldstein hands off to Mallory. Now Jordan McAllister for J.J. Chestnut. Chestnut drives the baseline and throws a bad pass that was stolen by Trevon Thomas. I'll get you the starting lineups in just a moment. With it now is Bonaccioli. He kicks out to the perimeter. That three-pointer too strong by Patrick Spinard. I have been informed that Nick Durst is indeed watching from home as Goldstein kicks out to McAllister, who drives along the baseline and scores the game's first points. Entering today's game, I did have a long-standing streak of not missing a men's basketball game. I've worked every men's basketball game since the 2018 season, as that three-pointer is no good by Thomas. There comes Waterman up the floor. Feed inside for Mallory. He lost it as he received that pass in heavy traffic. Not much he could do there. Bonaccioli defended by McAllister on the wing. Fakes at the free throw line and kicks out. Kemp, entry pass inside as McAllister lost his footing, but a travel was called against Spinard, so no basket. And the Ravens' turnover gives possession back to the Dolphins. Chestnut for Waterman, who looks to drive. Bryce gets tied up, and that's stolen away by the Ravens. And that is thrown down with one hand by Pierce Pendergast. And the Ravens emphatically get on the board just under 2 minutes into this first half. It's been a bit of a sloppy start to this game so far. Dolphins work it around the perimeter to a wide-open Aaron Goldstein, who can't connect from three. Fight for the rebound, and Spinard pulls it in. Two teams already have combined for 4 turnovers. 3 of those have gone against the Dolphins. That shot off back iron from distance, once again no good by the Ravens. Now Goldstein looks to attack and pulls it back out to the outside. Mallory has it on the wing for 3, and Messiah knocks it down. Dolphins lead at 5-2. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in this first half. Kick out into the corner. Thomas, no good. And Mallory snatches that rebound away from Spinard. Waterman for 3. Splash. Dolphins quickly in front by 6. Another open look. That's a deep 2. And that is good by Spinard. And TJ Tibbs did not like that. He is unhappy with Messiah Mallory after that last bucket. And that will send us to an early break. 16:56 to go in the first half. Dolphins lead at 8-4.
Chi Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center. Our approach to beauty and wellness begins with a holistic plan tailored to the unique needs of our patients. When we consult with patients, we let them tell us what their problem is. We don't tell them what the issue is. We find out what they're looking for, and we discuss, and then we give them options. If you're looking to achieve radiant skin, you've come to the right place. We offer hydrofacials, microneedling, Opus Plasma, peels, facial and laser treatments, laser hair removal, body sculpting, fat freezing, hormone replacement therapy, Botox.
And we're back from the tank. And Messiah Mallory heads to the bench for the Dolphins early in this game. Adelaide Oyakonmi enters the game for CSI. And you can see Coach Tibbs was unhappy with the way that last offensive possession transpired for the Ravens. Quick pass down the floor into a deep 2. As that spinning jump shot is good. First substitutions into the game for the Ravens as well. Rufus Cobb knocked down that last shot. He comes in off the Franklin Pierce bench as Chestnut scores inside off the nice feed. Dolphins back ahead by 4. Also into the game for Franklin Pierce, Dwayne Robinson O'Hagan. As that shot's way off from distance on the attempt by Kemp. Goldstein up ahead to Waterman. And a miscommunication there as there was nobody home on that pass. 3 Dolphins waiting at the scorer's table to check in as the turnaround jumper rattles out by Pendergast. McAllister to the basket, and he can't finish with the left, but he was fouled. And Jordan will head to the line for 2 shots. And with that, we will have our first media timeout of the first half. 15:36 on the clock from the tank. Dolphins lead it by 4.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
And we're back from the College of Staten Island. Joe Foreman on the call solo today for CSI Sportsnet. Dolphins with an early 4-point lead over the Ravens of Franklin Pierce University in non-conference action. More substitutions into the game for both teams, including Stephen Gabriel III for Franklin Pierce. On the side of the Dolphins, Shamar Laddie, Blake Wilson, and Chris Clancy all waiting to check in between these 2 free throw attempts by Jordan McAllister. And McAllister's free throw is good. Bryce Waterman and J.J. Chestnut will head to the bench. Wilson, you'd presume, will check in for McAllister. And he will. 4 reserves and Aaron Goldstein in the game for the Dolphins. Also into the game for the Ravens, Andrew Politi. This is Robinson O'Hagan with it. Feet inside a bit high and off the fingertips of Cobb. That's another turnover. Now 7 combined turnovers between the 2 teams, 5 of those by the Dolphins. Laddie out to Blake Wilson, now Clancy on the wing. Goldstein, top of the arc. Splash. Aaron Goldstein has shown the ability time and time again this year to catch and shoot from 3-point range and to heat up very quickly. That basket, Goldstein's first, and the Dolphins now lead it by 9. Cobb surveys the floor. And now Gabriel III looked to drive, had it Knocked away, it appeared. I think instead he just lost the handle as Clancy boxed him out from the baseline. And that's another turnover. Number 3 for the Ravens. Dolphins getting some instruction from their bench. Laddie across the timeline as Blake Wilson. Now Clancy uses the Oyekanmi screen. Adelaide has it now, pulls up off the jab step and knocks it down. Oyekanmi on the board for the first time. Pull up at the other end is good. First shot attempt by Tyson Lee. And he's on the board with 2 points. Goldstein out to Clancy. Splash. Dolphins now 4-5 from downtown. Red hot shooting start for CSI. Ravens look to navigate that Dolphins press. And it was a kick ball call against Staten Island. Michael Oyekanmi into the game for CSI. And Jaquise Kemp back into the game for Franklin Pierce. This is Lee using the Spenard screen. And his attempted feed inside was stolen. 3 Dolphins all over that pass. And after a tipped pass, Clancy is open and off the mark from 3. Laddie, top of the arc for Clancy on the wing. Laddie now has it back. Oyekanmi is whistled for an offensive foul as he extended that right arm.
CSI foul charge to 0. Adelaide Oyekanmi is first. Team's first.
Dolphins already have used 11 players in this game. I have to double check that. That's 10 players they've used already. Very early on, Dolphins digging deep into their bench as that layup is good. Lee just clearing the block attempt by Oyekanmi. It's back to a 10-point game. Laddie out to Clancy. Clancy wants the entry pass. He has Oyekanmi. And Oyekanmi threw up a wild shot. Nothing but the backboard on that attempt as Lee lost the ball. Dribbled it right off his foot. The Ravens keep it with 18 to shoot. Kemp finishes the finger roll. Laddie takes it inside the arc and kicks out for Wilson. Splash. Of the 10 Dolphins who have come into the game, 8 have scored, and there's no question about that whistle. Seen that call twice already in the last few minutes.
Tyson Lee, his first, team second.
.12 minutes to play in this first half. The Dolphins lead it by 11. Oyekanmi looks to drive and threw up an air ball. Here come the Ravens. Kick out into the corner. Shot fake by Kemp. And another turnover. Oyekanmi dribbling through traffic. Was tied up. And jump ball is called. And that will send us to immediate timeout. 11:36 on the clock in half number 1. Dolphins have jumped out to an early double-digit lead.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials, live music, and the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dine-in order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
.11:36 on the clock in the first half. The Dolphins lead it by 11. It's Franklin Pierce basketball off of that last jump ball call, 30 on the shot clock. Kemp pressured all the way up the floor by Clancy. Bonaccioli gave it up. And on the pull-up, that's Pendergast, no good. Messiah Mallory back into the game, grabs that rebound. He hands off for Wilson, who fakes. Wilson drives. And a foul is called. Don't think they'll call that in the act of shooting. And the Dolphins will inbound from the baseline. Not a lot of whistles in this first half. Of the 4 fouls, 2 of them have been of the offensive variety. Clancy defended closely behind the three-point line. Laddie for Mallory. Mallory can't connect. And the rebound goes to Cobb. Waterman, Chestnut, McAllister, and Goldstein to the scorer's table. Dolphins look to get their starting 5 back in at the next stoppage. That three-pointer way short in the corner. Ball still loose, and the Dolphins come away with it. Clancy, head fake, kick out, and that's a bad pass by Wilson. To the basket, and losing the ball was Robinson O'Hagan. I thought he had an easy 2. Oyekanmi hustled back. And you know the Dolphins bench loves that. But it looked like Robinson O'Hagan just lost the ball on the way up, off the body of Oyekanmi. I think officially that has to go down as a blocked shot. Dolphins will indeed get their starting 5 back into the game. Chestnut, Mallory, Waterman, McAllister, and Goldstein in there. McAllister up top for Goldstein. Now Waterman. Mallory thought about the 3, looks to drive, and it looked like the official along the baseline was about 80% of the way to calling a blocking foul. And that is indeed the call. So Mallory will head to the line for 2 shots. And the Dolphins, the other Dolphins on the floor, we'll get a quick word from their bench as they huddled around head coach T.J. Tibbs and assistant Kurt Manesi. Mallory's free throw is good. He now has 4. 8 of the 10 Dolphins to get in this game have scored, but no Dolphin has scored more than 4. And Mallory goes 2 of 2 from the line. Pass up the floor, and that's an easy 2 for Robinson O'Hagan. Well, you know the Dolphins bench didn't like that. Mallory top of the arc, over to Chestnut. Chestnut attacks, and his floater is no good. But that was last touched by the Ravens, as Bonaccioli got a piece. 2:20 on the shot clock. This is Waterman back to the basket. He hands off for Chestnut. Entry pass goes to Mallory. And a lefty hook is good. Mallory demonstrating great dexterity in the low post this year. And he's really elevated his game in that area offensively as the Ravens nearly turned it over again. But that was last touched by Chestnut. Tyson Lee will enter the game for Franklin Pierce. He replaces Bonaccioli. And that's a three-pointer. First of the game for Franklin Pierce. As Cobb knocks it down. Entry pass goes to Mallory again. Can't get the bank shot to go. The tip-in is no good. And McAllister tried to go back up off the offensive rebound, but he lost possession. And it will be Franklin Pierce basketball. Dolphins jumped out to a double-digit lead very quickly. But the Ravens have been able to maintain that deficit. Haven't been able to get any closer. It's been between a 9 and 11-point game for much of this first half as that pass was tipped and stolen. Franklin Pierce now has 8 turnovers. The Dolphins also have 8 turnovers. And Chestnut has 2 points on that layup. JJ now has 4. Dolphins by 12. And that's an aggressive move by Robinson O'Hagan. Goes right at Goldstein and finishes. This is Chestnut for Waterman. Waterman cross-court pass. Goldstein fakes and fires. And he's just short from 3. Here come the Ravens back the other way in a 10-point game. Lee hands off for Kemp. Bounce pass to a cutting Cobb, and Cobb lays it in for 2. Cobb now has 7. That leads the Ravens. Mallory leads the Dolphins with 7. And Waterman now has 5. Bryce with his second basket. And the Dolphins are back ahead by double figures. Kemp on the step back. He drains it over Mallory. Not an easy shot there by Kemp. This is Goldstein for McAllister. McAllister has room, and the floater rattles in. Pace of this game beginning to quicken as we approach 7 minutes to go in the first half. And now that we are inside of 8 minutes, we will have another media timeout. Dolphins lead, still 10 points, our score, with 7:06 to go in the half. Staten Island 33, Franklin Pierce 23.
No, I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Nick Durst here along with Joe Calabrese.
Here we are, 200 episodes later, about 150 episodes with guests, our friends, soon to be your friends.
Well, it's pretty clear, Joe, that it's all about You Know I'm Right, the podcast. That's my You Know I'm Right moment. Wanted to do a podcast, and everyone was like, what are you, crazy? Who's going to listen? You're not going to get guests. Well, guess what? I'm the best when it comes to getting guests. You can vouch for that.
I am so happy that you asked me to do this. I couldn't have been more thrilled. And follow us on socials, check us out. I promise you, if you want to work in media, whether you work in media now, whether you want to quit your job and work in media, come to us, and I promise you, we will get you on the right foot.
That's what it's all about, uncovering the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Keep it locked on You Know I'm Right.
Just over 7 minutes to play in the first half. And the Dolphins lead Franklin Pierce University 33-23. Dolphins led in scoring by Messiah Mallory with 7. Rufus Cobb leads the Ravens in scoring. He also has 7. As travel was called against Bonaccioli. Dolphins will inbound. 20 on the shot clock with a turnover in the front court. Check that, the back court. Front court of the Dolphins. As Chestnut knocks down a 3. We know Chestnut can shoot the 3. However, he has not attempted many 3s this year. That's a long 3-pointer, no good off back iron, and rebounded by Waterman. For JJ, that's just his 4th 3-point attempt of the year. As Mallory was short on that hook shot, grabs his own miss, and the mid-range shot won't go. Kick out into the corner for Lee. He was met by Waterman. That's a deep 2, no good by Spinard, and we had a whistle in the chase for the rebound.
Ravens foul charge to 0. Pierce Prendergast, his 2nd, team's 5th.
McAllister. Stripped. Gets it back. Still 15 to shoot. Goldstein for Mallory. He gets it back. Goldstein crosses over, and the floater is short. Lee, entry pass inside for Bonaccioli. Bonaccioli had it poked away and stolen. McAllister racing up the floor. And he finishes in transition. 5 Dolphins waiting to check in at the scorer's table as that shot won't go for Prendergast. Chestnut finds Goldstein for 3. Way off. Dolphins now leading by 15. Lee backing in on Goldstein, had it poked away, and a foul is called on a reach-in by Goldstein. Adelaide Oyekanmi, Justin Ziris, Chris Clancy, Luis Armas, and Blake Wilson check in for the Dolphins. So I went to get, out of curiosity, the numbers for how many 3-point attempts J.J. Chestnut had last year. And it just came to my attention that his career statistics don't include last year on our player bio page, as that jumper is good by Kemp. And I think the reason for that is because originally he was in the system under a different name last year. J.J. was in the system as a nickname. I think that's the reason. We'll see if we can correct that at halftime, as Chris Clancy was fouled. But last year, Chestnut attempted 39 threes, hit 15 of them. So he shot 38.5% from distance last year. Dolphins haven't needed his outside scoring nearly as much this year. And players like that man, Chris Clancy, a big reason why. As a foul was called against Oyekanmi in pursuit of the rebound. Robinson O'Hagan up top. Deep 3-pointer on its way, and that is good. Andrew Politi from way downtown. And the Dolphins very quickly turn it over. And even though that shot was well beyond the arc, Coach Tibbs still wants his players out there, at least within an arm's length. And I think that last basket earned Chris Clancy a seat on the bench as Ziris creates a turnover off the inbound. Deflected the pass and then was able to throw it off Robinson O'Hagan. Ziris forced out of bounds over the sideline. With that, we head to our last media timeout of this first half. 3:54 to go until halftime. Dolphins lead 38-28.
Chi Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center. Our approach to beauty and wellness begins with a holistic plan tailored to the unique needs of our patients. When we consult with patients, we let them tell us what their problem is. We don't tell them what the issue is. We find out what they're looking for, and we discuss, and then we give them options. If you're looking to achieve radiant skin, you've come to the right place. We offer hydrofacials, microneedling, Opus Plasma, peels, facial and laser treatments, laser hair removal, body sculpting, fat freezing, hormone replacement therapy, Botox, IV drip therapy, and more. We are open Monday through Saturday and are located at 720 Forest Avenue, Staten Island, New York, 10310. We hope to see you soon. Visit our website at www.chiaesthetics.com for more information.
.354 to go in the first half from the College of Staten Island. Dolphin lead is 10 points. Pull-up jumper on its way, no good off back iron by Kemp. And Armas has the rebound. Oyekanmi on the wing. Defended closely. Armas inside, and that pass off the mark just a bit, looking for Oyekanmi. Off Adelaide's fingertips. Corner three on its way, and that's good. Andrew Politi, back-to-back threes. And all of a sudden, it's a 7-point game. Well, we've seen the Dolphins throughout the season have some issues closing out first halves. And Armas rattles in the floater. That's a big basket for the Dolphins. That brings an end to an 8-0 run for the Ravens. That's another Franklin Pierce turnover. Both teams with 12 giveaways in this first half. Chestnut will bring it up. He's joined by Waterman, Wilson, Oyekanmi, and Armas. And that pass nearly stolen by the Ravens, but Franklin Pierce unable to save it. And it will stay Dolphins ball with 18 on the shot clock. Chestnut, the inbounder, finds Waterman. Bryce looks to back in. Tough step back. No good. Bryce likes that step back jumper. But that was as tightly contested as it gets, as Oyekanmi was able to pick Robinson O'Hagan's pocket, and then he draws a foul. So Adelaide will head to the line. 2 shots for him coming up. Cy Mallory heads to the scorer's table for the Dolphins. And I think that's Politi who is down. And he will be attended to by the trainer. And it looks like there's some blood. So with that, Polite will head to the trainer's table, and he has a nice cut. Looks like above his eye. And the Ravens will be without him, you'd presume, for the remainder of the first half. That's an unfortunate break for Polite, who was really beginning to heat up. Hit a couple of threes and helped the Ravens back into this game now. From here, it looks like it might just be a scratch. But they definitely are attending to some blood. First free throw by Oyekanmi, no good. Luis Armas to the bench. Jordan McAllister back in. Looks like the official was conversing with the scores table ahead of the second free throw, so we had a brief delay. Second free throw, no good, so Oyekanmi goes 0 of 2 from the line. Ravens still well within striking distance. But the Dolphin lead has been at least 7 for almost the entire half. Lefty scoop layup, no good. And that was last touched by the Ravens. Mallory back into the game for CSI. He replaces Adelaide Oyekanmi. Dominic Mulvey into the game for the Ravens. First time we've seen him today. Mallory. That's Chestnut. Chestnut crosses over and banks it in. JJ so good out of that triple threat position once he faces up against his defender. Mallory also great in that spot. To have both a guard and a forward who can play that style at the offensive end, surrounded by shooters. It's a big reason why the CSI offense is so dangerous. Ravens in this first half, both CSI and Franklin Pierce, ahead of that last miss by the Ravens, were shooting 50%. Doesn't seem like it given the score, but the turnovers, a big reason why the Ravens have been held to just 31 points. It has not been their shooting, as McAllister commits the foul immediately after he scored that last basket. Only 5 team fouls on the Dolphins. They still have 1 to give. The Ravens also with 5 fouls. Under a minute to go in the first half as we await this inbound. Corner, Bonaccioli steps back, tries a 3, no good. McAllister has the rebound. He finds Wilson up ahead. Wilson will pull it back out. About a 10-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Wilson will try a 3, and he has another from beyond the arc. Wilson now 2 for 2 from downtown. He has 6. Chestnut has 9. McAllister has 10. Mallory has 7. Dolphins with a very well-balanced scoring effort as they force yet another turnover. McAllister short on the finger roll, and that will do it for the first half. Our score, Heading into halftime, Staten Island 47, Franklin Pierce 31.
Basketball has a special place in my heart because of the experiences it has given me and the purpose I have found along the way. Basketball taught me that success doesn't require perfection. Rather, I should pursue excellence in everything that I do. Basketball has led me on a journey where I've accumulated numerous life lessons to value relationships, practice integrity, and demonstrate commitment. I've learned to welcome mistakes and not only accept adversity, but embrace it. It has the unique effect of eliciting talents in someone which would have otherwise lain dormant. It is something that builds character, an element that is essential to a player's growth and development. You sometimes wonder if all the mornings and late nights are really worth it. Then you look to your left and right, and you see your teammates beside you, and you know you're not alone. And it's comforting. When you're part of a team, there's a special joy in playing for something bigger than yourself. Basketball taught me how to embrace a community. Like music, it brings people together. When you make contributions to your team, your program, it's a rewarding feeling knowing the impact you have on the larger community when you observe how much it inspires the people around you.
Dear basketball, I was only a few months old when I took my first photograph with a ball in my lap. From that moment on, you never left me. Growing up in a small village in upstate New York, 2 miles from the Canadian border, you were my constant go-to for fun and entertainment. No matter if there was 3 feet of snow or the sun was scorching hot, I always found a way to be with you as you brought me so much joy. As a child, you always had a way of bringing the neighborhood kids together. Every day we would find our way to the circular paved patio I had in my yard with an 8-foot rim nailed to a tree. It wasn't the classiest court to play on, but it worked for us, and it's where my passion for you began. Little did I know you would take my friends and family on a journey of a lifetime. It was from you where I learned to be brave, courageous, and adventurous, that if I stuck with it through my moments of failure, disappointment, and heartache, I could achieve anything I put my mind to. Like attending Duke University on a full scholarship where I was able to surround myself in greatness both in the classroom and on the court. It is here where I truly learned how to step out of my comfort zone and discover what I was made of, refusing to let my insecurities and fears hold me back. Gail Gueston-Course and her incredible staff, along with my teammates, gave me a family away from home that I could have never dreamt of as a little girl. The ACC championships, the NCAA tournaments, including the national championship game in 1999, cannot match the friendships and relationships I developed because of basketball. See, I find it to be the relationships that we develop through our sports participation that are in fact the most meaningful and memorable. Basketball, you have given me a life team that I can never repay you for. You have supplied me with a platform that allows me to give back, to inspire, motivate, encourage individuals to go after their passions, to push through their failures and be fearless in stepping out of their comfort zones. It was because of you I was able to start my first company with co-founder Colleen Healy from UConn Women's Basketball called Orca Leadership. Orca standing for opportunity, resilience, contribution, and accountability. All 4 pillars we learned from playing your game. Even further, we were able to start up our own academy called Beyond the Game Academy, helping athletes across the country reach their dreams. I could have never imagined this life, and I have you to thank. Thank you, basketball.
The opportunities that basketball provided for me has been crazy. Being able to travel all over the world, to even a different country, just being able to meet so many different people and build so many different relationships has definitely just opened so many doors for me.
Opportunities that basketball has provided me, just to meet a lot of people, travel a lot of places, around the world and also around the country. It's just, a great experience to make me a more well-rounded person.
Just being able to learn from my teammates, learning really what sacrifice is about, learning about hard work, just being a part of a team, having that support group, having somebody that's there to support you no matter what. It's been great.
Basketball has given me a lot of opportunities. Obviously, just traveling and coming here, this is special. And we went to Spain over the summer, and I had never been out the country before that, so it was special. And obviously, just giving me a free education. I mean, it's a big thing, and I'm glad basketball has been able to do it for me.
It's provided a lot of opportunities, provided me to to get a college degree, travel places that I never thought I would travel to, and just meet new people.
I'd say basketball has just provided me with a variety of opportunities. I mean, just the connections that I made in the Purdue community, and kind of just growing as a player and as a person has. I'm definitely blessed and grateful to have all these opportunities.
Dear basketball, since I was a kid, you have always been a way for me to clear my mind of everything going on in life and just have fun playing and competing. You led me to CNU, where I've become a part of a close-knit basketball family. You've let me build a relationship with my brothers that not many people get to experience, and these relationships have been able to grow and will certainly last a lifetime. You have taught me that this sport is more than getting the best stats or winning the most games, but it's about enjoying the experience, making a difference in the community, and always competing at my highest level. Through great leadership from Coach K and other coaches, you have given me top-of-the-line resources to learn not only about the game, but about life and being a man of integrity and humility. I would not be the person I am today if it wasn't for you, and I am forever grateful for the lessons you have taught me and the memories that I will have for the rest of my life.
College basketball has provided me with a platform to not only have fun on the court and be around some amazing teammates, but also kind of supplement academics with just another side of the Notre Dame experience, because sports are such an important part of the tradition there, and being a part of the Notre Dame sports tradition in any way is just an incredible honor. It's amazing. I mean, just being here all week, there's just so much recognition for such an amazing sport and such amazing teams that are here, and to be a part of that in any small way is just incredible, and I'm so lucky to be here. Just the value of determination, perseverance, and self-confidence in getting where you want to go in life. I've definitely learned a lot being around a team of such strong, inspiring women, and I can only hope to emulate there's talent on the basketball court in other parts of my life. I'm a computer science major in Notre Dame's College of Engineering, and I was really drawn to it because I've always kind of loved math and science, and it's a really fun way to apply problem-solving skills to different situations, especially in today's day and age where technology is becoming such an integral part of society. Just figuring out different ways I can contribute to that. I'm really excited to see where it'll take me in the future. I mean, I think just the general mindset of approaching something from how can I solve this in not only the best way but the most efficient way, because there's a big emphasis on that in a lot of my classes, and just kind of seeing how the sports world and the academic world can overlap, even with just the GPS things that we wear during practice to keep track of how hard we're working. Just the technology behind that is super interesting to me also. When I first came to campus, I was hoping to get involved in the women's basketball program in some way, and I applied to be a manager, and I thought that would be an awesome opportunity, super excited. And then I got an email about walk-on tryouts. I'm like, oh, this would be a great way to go meet other girls to play pickup with. I had no idea it would lead to any of this, trust me, but I'm so glad it has. And after that, that's how I met some of the women's basketball people and how I got connected to be a team manager for the program. So I started doing that first semester of my freshman year, and then, as you probably know the story, last year with the 4 ACL tears, they just needed another practice player kind of thing. So I turned from a manager to a walk-on and got the opportunity to go in some games, just help the team out any way I could. And that was an incredible ride, obviously ending with the championship last season, which was amazing. And then same thing this year, kind of just some injuries happened and they needed someone to step up. So, I mean, I'm here to be whatever they need me to be, and I'm so blessed to be a part of this program in any way. Kind of going between the manager and walk-on role, I mean, it is a different type of thing I'm doing, but it's still being around the same girls every day and just being around the team. And for me, that was such a valuable thing. And again, I guess my passion for basketball and how much I just love the sport kind of made that seem easy. Not really something I thought about a ton, just because every day it wasn't about what I could do. It was just about kind of getting out and playing the game I love every day and just being around it in any way.
Basketball has given me everything in my life. It's given me a chance to get a college education. It gives my families to take trips to these cool tournaments we go to, and most importantly, my relationships with the people I've met throughout the years, and Coach Izzo down to my junior high coach. It's provided me with great relationships with teammates and guys that I'll be talking to for the rest of my life.
Basketball has provided me with just obviously the education portion of it is huge, and also just the relationships I was able to build with my teammates, guys on different teams that go to my school, like the football team and the soccer team. There's also just the relationships that I'm able to build outside of, athletics. And I believe that's huge, just being able to go and meet new people, especially at a big university like Ohio State, and just kind of get your network around and just see the way different people think and react to things.
I'd say basketball provided me with, I guess, the opportunity just to be around good people and meet people that can help me in life and give me a free education and be able to somewhat set myself up for a better life.
It has offered me opportunity to go to college, to leave my hometown, travel the world, build outstanding relationships and friendships. I'm forever grateful and owe a lot of gratitude to the game of basketball and to God for putting the basketball in my hands. So basketball has really blessed me a lot.
Dear football.
Dear gymnastics.
Dear swimming.
Dear rowing.
Thank you.
Thank you for being something that is more than just my sport.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to use our voices and take action.
You have brought me to a place outside of my comfort zone, gave me an opportunity to live out my dream, and introduced me to my mentors, my role models, and most importantly, my family.
You have given me many ups and downs and have been a love of mine since I was a little kid.
You taught me to be relentless in the pursuit of excellence. It's never been easy, but it never was supposed to be.
For me, gym represents home. It is a place that doesn't care what I look like, can make mistakes, shed tears, but still feel secure.
Thank you for being my second home and guiding me in the right direction for pursuing then obtaining my degree, which made me the first grandchild in my family to graduate from college.
Basketball has led me on a journey where I've accumulated numerous life lessons to value relationships, practice integrity, and demonstrate commitment.
You put a drive, a passion, a fire in me that can never be put out.
The passion comes from knowing how hard I work and train and how ready I am to perform to my best ability, that I'm mentally and physically ready to go out and have some fun.
Through the discomfort, failure, and pain comes victory, which after all, is only another lesson.
Through you, I've matured mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally.
And the lessons we've learned over the past 4 years will help us to be successful in the next stages of our lives.
I have accomplished things that I never knew would be possible in my life, and for that, I thank you.
Dear wrestling.
Dear volleyball.
Dear softball.
Dear soccer. Thank you for taking me on a journey of a lifetime.
You have given me light in the darkest times where I thought light could not enter.
This sport is so special to me because it taught me how to be a good sport, shake hands before and after you wrestle, showed me how to reach really high highs and really low lows, and it taught me how to be a man, how to deal with adversity both on and off the mat.
Soccer really is the beautiful game, and it will take you more places and give you more experiences than you could have ever dreamed of. You have taught me that this game is about so much more than myself and more than the wins and losses. It's about the impact you can make on people and difference you can make in this world just by playing this game.
My coaches and teammates have taught me more about volleyball and about life than I thought was possible to learn in 4 years.
So I want to thank you for the life you've given me. Not the wins and losses, but the purpose I have found in you. You've taught me what it means to be a champion, not a wrestling champion, but a champion of life.
With you, there is no race, no gender, no rich, and no poor. There is just the ball, 2 goals, and a common language.
When I'm faced with conflict and trouble, wherever life takes me, I will look back on my years of playing and know you have taught me how to handle it with grace.
Remember to be grateful to the many people who have helped you along the way.
Thank you for being so much more than a sport. This sport has given me everything and more.
And we're back for the start of the second half from the College of Staten Island. Dolphins leading by 16 points, our score. 47-31 at the start of half number 2. McAllister leading the way for CSI with 10. On the other side, Cobb leads the way for Franklin Pierce.
Ravens foul charge number 23, Francesco Bonaccioli.
Dolphins will inbound following an early foul called against the Ravens. Bonaccioli picks up the personal. And that ball was thrown away by Aaron Goldstein as it looked like the Dolphins were trying to set up a 3 for Bryce Waterman. Just like that, it's Ravens basketball. Voice beginning to go. I have to get through another 1935. But if you hear our audio cut out, there's a reason. That is not a technical glitch. If I don't make it to the finish, our engineer, Tyler Clark, might have to throw on a headset and do play-by-play the rest of the way. He and I will have to switch seats. That last free throw brings the Ravens to within 15. Patrick Spinard at the line for 2 shots. And he goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. Long pass up the floor. Waterman open. No good. Rebound to Bonaccioli. Prendergast kicked out into the corner. And stripped on the way up was Thomas. It stays with the Ravens. Prendergast. Turnaround jumper. No good off glass. And the rebound finds its way to Chestnut. Chestnut was left open. Instead, feeds it to Mallory, but he blows the layup. Looked like Messiah lost the ball on the way up. Prendergast kicks out. Spinard for 3. That's good. It's now an 11-point game. It looked like the Ravens were beginning to inch their way back into this game in the first half. They'd cut the lead to 7, but the Dolphins then surged back ahead by double figures as McAllister can't finish the layup, but he was fouled. No basket on the putback.
Ravens foul charge to 0. Here's Prendergast. His 3rd, team 2nd.
Prendergast picks up the foul. McAllister to the line. And Jordan hits the first free throw. Pair of substitutions in for the game. On the Ravens side. Malvi in. I'll get the second substitution in just a moment. Dolphins back in front by 13. Cobb also in during that last wave of subs. Spinning jumper. No good by Prendergast, and the Dolphins have the rebound. Chestnut back to the basket, working his way inside, and JJ draws the foul. Chestnut has been able to bully his way to the basket in this game.
Dominic Mulvey, his 1st, team's 3rd.
Two shots for JJ here. And the first is good. That one off back iron, loose, and rebounded by Prendergast. Prendergast, top of the arc, gives it up to Mulvey. Bonaccioli, hands off for Kemp. Shot fake, pull up, and And that's good. Kemp now has 8. He's 4 of 7 from the field. Dolphins getting harassed up the floor. Big crossover by Goldstein. Kick out for Mallory. Mallory for Waterman. Now McAllister to the basket. And the layup goes. Dolphins having their way around the basket. It's not a made shot. It's a foul drawn. Cobb. No good. Dolphins with 20 points in the paint in this game. As Chestnut couldn't make it 22, but he grabs his own miss. Waterman gained a step, and he lays it in. So if you're the Ravens, you can't be happy with the way you've defended on the interior early in this third quarter. The Dolphins taking it right to the basket as Prendergast turned it over. I think we had a foul call, perhaps away from the ball.
Ravens foul charge number 23, Francesco Bonaccioli. His second, team's 4.
Well, we'll see if they might take a look at this. I'm not sure exactly what the call was, and it was indeed a foul in the backcourt. Dolphins by 16. That matches their largest lead. Franklin Pierce has never led. This is Goldstein. And I think Goldstein could have went up with that one. That pass instead hits off the fingertips of McAllister, and it will be Ravens ball. All right, we had a horn, no substitution. Laddie back over to the Dolphins bench. .16.5 to go in the game. This is Mulvey. Up top for Robinson O'Hagan. Entry pass nearly tipped by Mallory. Now Spenard will go to work. Spenard fakes and banks it in. Goldstein for Mallory. He gets it right back and looks to drive. And Goldstein lays it in. Tough shot as the freshman hangs and hits in traffic. And Mulvey stepped on the sideline right in front of us. So that will send us to immediate timeout. Dolphins by 16 with under 16 minutes to play. .47 on the clock in the second half. CSI lead is 16 points. Dolphins have been in firm control from the start in this game. McAllister for Mallory. And Mallory knocks it down. That last make. Mallory now has 9. That three-pointer, no good by Thomas. And here comes Aaron Goldstein. Goldstein feeds Mallory, and Messiah was fouled. The Dolphins have not lost 2 games in a row since the first weekend of the season. Took a pair of non-conference defeats during the Tournament of Heroes, but this team has done well to avoid any losing streaks since. This will be the 10th Dolphins home game of the season as well. They've only played 4 games on the road. But after today, we don't see this men's basketball team back here at the Tank for 2 weeks. As Mallory goes 1 for 2. And it will be Ravens basketball as Chestnut knocked it out of bounds. But looking ahead, the Dolphins take on the University of Bridgeport on Tuesday. And then after that, it's almost exclusively conference play. They have one more non-conference game on the schedule after Tuesday. And that's on Saturday, February 3rd, here at the Tank. As that shot's too strong, rebounded by the Dolphins. But they take on Bloomfield College on Saturday, February 3rd. This is Mallory from the corner. No good. Robinson O'Hagan looks to run off the rebound. He spins, drops it off, and Thomas had it stripped away. Oyekanmi, Wilson, and Laddie off the CSI bench. Ravens will inbound with 23 on the shot clock. Spinard left open. Can't make the Dolphins pay there. Laddie double-teamed, and he turns it over. Polite for 3 once again, and he re-enters the game with a made three-pointer. He shot it really well so far. In fact, he hasn't missed. 3 for 3 from downtown. Just under 14 to play. The Ravens still hanging around, but they need a run. Still plenty of time left in this game, and if our last broadcast taught us anything, it's that you don't sleep on any lead. Layup by Laddie, no good, but the second try does go with the left. Thomas for Spinard. And the hook shot will not go. Rebounded by Waterman. Well, the Ravens shooting has just tanked here in the second half. As Oyekanmi works the baseline and banks it in. Dolphins starting to run away with this game, but Polite has something to say about that. He rattles in another 3. He is 4 for 4 from downtown. Wilson can't answer. Mallory got his hands on it, and it will stay Dolphins basketball. The Ravens just 5 of 14 here in the second half. However, they have hit 3 of their 5 three-point attempts. Dolphins 6 of 11 from the field, have not attempted a 3 here in the second half. Fade away by Waterman is good. But check that, Dolphins 0 of 3. They have not made a 3 in the second half. 0 for 3 from downtown. But Waterman makes it a 19-point game again. And that's a foul called against Laddie on the attempt by Dwayne Robinson O'Hagan.
Dolphins got charge number 4, Shamar Laddie, his first, team second.
as I started to touch on before, next time we see this Dolphins team, it will be for conference play. And obviously, the CSI squad not only has playoff aspirations, but they hope to enter the playoffs as a higher seed than we saw last year. The Dolphins took on the University of the District of Columbia in the opening round of the ECC Championship Tournament last year. I think in a perfect world, Dolphins probably don't want to play in the first round and would like to earn one of those 2 byes. But we are still a long ways away from that. However, the point I was going to make is that by the time we see the Dolphins again, as Waterman can't connect from 3, but by the time we see the Dolphins here at home again, they will have faced both Stack, who they played earlier in the season. Dolphins let that game get away right at the end. And that's a long 3 by Politi. That one won't go. That's his first miss from 3-point range. Waterman left open. No good. Foul called underneath. That goes against the Ravens, but Damon and Stack very often near the top of the ECC for men's basketball. And by the time the Dolphins come back home on January 20th, they will have faced both of those teams. They've also already faced Queens in conference play, Malloy, and Mercy. Their only conference defeat came against Stack. They also faced Deauville ahead of that game against UDC on the 20th. So they'll have 6 conference games under their belt when they take on the Firebirds here at the Tank in a 2023 playoff rematch. Bounce pass to the corner, finds a wide open Kemp, and he knocks down the triple. It's a 14-point game. Still nearly 12 minutes to play in this one, so the Dolphins certainly can't take their foot off the gas here. Sean Hargrave into the game for CSI, along with Blake Wilson, Shamar Laddie, Adelaide Oyakonmi, and Bryce Waterman. Oyakonmi backing down and banks it in. Oyakonmi having a nice game. And Kemp hits it over Waterman. And Kemp is now beginning to heat up. Kemp has 13. And his team is right back to within 14 points. Our score with 11:14 on the clock in the second half. Staten Island 67. Franklin Pierce 53.
No, I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Nick Durst here along with Joe Calabrese.
Here we are, 200 episodes later, about 150 episodes with guests, our friends, soon to be your friends.
Well, it's pretty clear, Joe, that it's all about You Know I'm Right, the podcast. That's my You Know I'm Right moment. Wanted to do a podcast, and everyone was like, what are you, crazy? Who's going to listen? You're not going to get guests. Well, guess what? I'm the best when it comes to getting guests. If you could vouch for that.
I am so happy that you asked me to do this. I couldn't have been more thrilled. And follow us on socials. Check us out. I promise you, if you want to work in media, whether you work in media now, whether you want to quit your job and work in media, come to us, and I promise you, we will get you on the right foot.
That's what it's all about, uncovering the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Keep it locked on You Know I'm Right.
Just over 11 minutes to play from the College of Staten Island. Dolphins lead is 14 points, and CSI turns it over. The Ravens utilizing their own press, but Kemp can't hit that 3. That would have made it an 11-point game. Here comes Clancy. Now Laddie kicks out, and the Dolphins will kick it back to the perimeter. Laddie inside along the baseline. Had Hargrave, but Hargrave couldn't finish. My view of the basket was obstructed for a moment by the official. Well, the Ravens starting to string together some stops here. as Polite is left open, and he knocks down another. Polite is now 5 of 6 from 3, and he's got at least 2 or 3 of those from well beyond the arc. It's now an 11-point game, and the Dolphins will look to take advantage of this media timeout. 10:17 to go in the second half. Dolphins' lead has been trimmed down to 11.
She Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center. Our approach to beauty and wellness begins with a holistic plan tailored to the unique needs of our patients. When we consult with patients, we let them tell us what their problem is. We don't tell them what the issue is. We find out what they're looking for, and we discuss, and then we give them options. If you're looking to achieve radiant skin, you've come to the right place. We offer hydrofacials, microneedling, Opus Plasma, peels, facial and laser treatments, laser hair removal, body sculpting, fat freezing, hormone replacement therapy, Botox, IV drip therapy, and more. We are open Monday through Saturday and are located at 720 Forest Avenue, Staten Island, New York, 10310. We hope to see you soon. Visit our website at www.sheaesthetics.com for more information.
And we're back from break as the Dolphins are whistled for a 5-second violation. Looks like Coach TJ Tibbs said that was my bad. Perhaps the Dolphins had something diagrammed off of that inbound that didn't quite develop quickly enough. And now the Ravens can cut the lead down to single digits. And I think we had an offensive foul call against Robinson O'Hagan. And we did. So these officials have been very on top of not allowing players to extend that off arm, as we've seen that whistled now 3 times. Mallory in the corner out to Oyekanmi. Oyekanmi. You know, the aspiring officials in the crowd thought Oyekanmi extended the arm. I'm inclined to agree. I think he did. Dolphins got away with it, and now the Ravens will head to the line.
CSI foul charge number 23, Messiah Mallory. His first, team's fourth.
We still have nearly 10 minutes to play. And if you're on that CSI bench or a fan of the Dolphins, the concern level has to be rising a bit. Prendergast hits the free throw. It's now a 10-point game. Dolphins now have 4 starters on the floor. The only reserve in the game is Clancy. And it's now a single-digit CSI lead. Meanwhile, Andrew Polite is on the bench right now for Franklin Pierce. And his shooting is a big reason why the Ravens have gotten back in this game. And Clancy goes right back to what helped the Dolphins build this lead, and it's their work around the basket. Whether it's been drawing fouls or finishing at the rim, the Dolphins have had their way in the paint. Feed to Cobb on the bounce pass, and Cobb can't finish. He thought he was fouled. McAllister charges up the floor. Looks to back in, finds Mallory, kick out to a wide open Clancy. Splash. And timeout is called by the Dolphins. Perhaps the commentators' jinx engaged, as the concern level perhaps was beginning to rise. The Dolphins ease those concerns with a quick 5-0 run. CSI leads it 72-58.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And we're back with 9 minutes to play from the College of Staten Island. Kick out. And a feed inside to Prendergast results in a foul. The Ravens very quickly get to the free throw line. Not much time came off the clock there. 15 foul on the Dolphins. The Ravens already have 7. So the Dolphins will be in the bonus the rest of the way. And Prendergast rattles in the free throw. And free throw is good. Another 2-for-2 trip to the line. And we'll see which way this one goes. It will be Ravens basketball. So the pressure that the Ravens have put on the Dolphins, bringing the ball up the floor, is yielding results here in the second half. And that shot won't go. But once again, the Ravens take virtually no time off the clock. And we'll head to the free throw line. The next foul will also put Franklin Pierce in the bonus. And they have a chance here to make it a 10-point game again as Stephen Gabriel III heads to the line. Free throw is good. He goes 2 for 2. Chestnut had it poked away, and it's stolen by the Ravens. Outlet pass up the floor, right on target. And, boy, there was some body contact there as Chestnut ran over Gabriel III, who then dropped the ball. No call as Clancy, with the fake pass, helps the Dolphins bring it across the timeline. Now Chestnut for Mallory for the dunk. Messiah Mallory makes it a 12-point game with a two-handed slam. Ravens looking to move quickly. Cobb for Lee, and he was fouled.
CSI foul charge number 3, J.J. Chestnut. His second, team 7.
Tyson Lee heads to the line, and he hits the first. The second free throw is good. It's back to a 10-point Dolphins lead. Inside of 8 minutes to play. McAllister into the corner. Waterman left open. Splash. For Bryce, that's his second three of the game. Robinson O'Hagan fed it inside to Prendergast. He looks to post up. Spenard, double teamed, kicks out. And Lee is rejected by Mallory. And You can count that basket. Now, we had a shot clock malfunction of some kind there. I don't know what happened. I don't know if you saw that, Tyler. It would actually be reflected on the replay, but it's now a 10-point game. You can count that three-point basket. And a chance here for a 4-point play coming up on the other side of this media timeout. Dolphins lead back down to 10 once again. Our score, Staten Island 77, Franklin Pierce 67.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
And we're back from the tank. Our engineer, Tyler Clark, has been sent up to the snack stand. Pretzels and hot dogs are now $1. So you knew we had to take advantage of that. Meanwhile, one free throw coming from the line for number 11, Tyson Lee. He has a chance to make this a 9-point game again. Andrew Politi at the scorer's table waiting to check in as well. He's 5 of 6 with 15 points, leads the Ravens in scoring. And Lee's free throw is good. And with that, he will head to the bench as Politi checks in. Clancy, Chestnut, McAllister, Mallory, and Waterman, the 5 on the floor for the Dolphins. The Ravens continuing to press. The Dolphins easily get it across half court. Mallory is fouled inside, and he will head to the line.
Ravens foul charge number 24, Patrick Spinard, his second, team's 8.
Now, Tyler, that mustard's for me, right? All right. Thank you. Pretzels have arrived. One more free throw for Mallory after he makes the first. And Messiah goes 2 for 2 from the line. That pass nearly got away. Now Robinson O'Hagan looks to drive, goes right at Goldstein and lays it in. So Goldstein checked in for Clancy during that last trip to the line for Mallory. We are now inside 7 minutes remaining. The Dolphins' lead is 9 again. And Mallory threw that one right off of Spinard's foot. And jump ball is called. It will stay with the Ravens as Robinson O'Hagan was tied up. Politi in the corner. And the floater is up and good. Count it. And one. Jaquise Kemp with 2 more. He has really begun to heat up as this game has gone on. Got off to a slow start shooting, but he's now 7 of 11 and tied for the Ravens' lead with 15 points. Kemp to the line for 1. And the free throw is no good. Mallory on the wing. Picks up his dribble and hands off to Chestnut with 15 on the shot clock. JJ attacks, and his floater is good. Count that basket and the foul.
Ravens foul charge number 23 for Trisco Bonacholi. His third, team's ninth.
Bonacholi picks up the foul. 9th team foul on the Ravens. The Dolphins also with 9 team fouls. And a chance here for Chestnut to make it a 10-point game again. And he does. So each time it looks like the Ravens are about to break through and pull a bit closer than about 7 points, the Dolphins have picked up the intensity just a bit and have made sure that doesn't happen. Still 6 minutes to go. Politi defended well by Waterman. Bryce didn't give him any space. 10 on the shot clock. And it was poked away from Cobb by Goldstein. Nine seconds to shoot for Franklin Pierce. Bonacholi inbounding from the corner. Now Cobb will try a three. Short. And Oyakonmi has the rebound. Chestnut for Mallory. Mallory for three. Off the mark, but Oyakonmi has another rebound. Waterman wide open. No good. But Mallory has the offensive board this time. The putback won't go, and finally the Ravens come away with it. Kemp tied up and fouled. So the Ravens go back to the line again. They've attempted 14 free throws, hit 13 of them. The Dolphins have attempted 15. So both teams have gone to the line just about the same. The Ravens have taken really good advantage of their chances at the stripe. Once again, Franklin Pierce within single digits. It's a 9-point lead for CSI. One more free throw coming up here for Kemp. And he goes 2 for 2. Said that many times throughout this game. Chestnut. Out to Goldstein. Goldstein crosses over. Gets to the basket and draws the foul. Nice move there by Aaron Goldstein as he accelerated to the rim. And once he gets ahead of steam like that toward the basket, he's tough to stop, whether it's scoring or looking for an open teammate. And Goldstein hits the first as both teams are now in the double bonus. Goldstein goes 1 of 2. Rebound to the Ravens. Spenard kicks out. Bonacholi defended by Goldstein. Bonacholi up top for Kemp. And Kemp buries the three. Jaquise Kemp has had himself quite the second half. The Dolphins haven't had an answer for him. It's now a 6-point game. Just under 4.5 to play. Chestnut throws one up, no whistle, but Mallory has the rebound. Chestnut in the corner. Up top, Waterman looks to drive, and the runner is good. That's a big basket for Bryce Waterman. Not to be overlooked is his effectiveness as a scorer from inside the arc. We talk about his three-point shooting all the time, as Prendergast looked to have been rejected by Mallory. Tough to tell, as I'm seated right behind him. Chestnut is whistled for traveling, and that will send us to our final media timeout of the game. 3:50 on the clock in the second half. The Dolphins' lead is 8.
number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
Dolphins by 8, under 4 minutes to play. Ravens working around the outside. Now Bonaccioli looked to drive in the corner. Robinson O'Hagan gave it up. Bernard sets him a screen now. And Bonaccioli looks to attack again. This time he goes up and can't finish. That's just Bonaccioli's second shot. Feed for Mallory. He kicks out for Goldstein. Just over 3 minutes to play. And for about 2 or 3 seconds there, it was eerily quiet in the gym. As Waterman had it stripped away, Mallory will try the 3. No good. Oyakonmi right in the middle of that fight for the rebound once again. He has 5 boards. As a foul was called against the Dolphins, and the Ravens will have another chance to go to the line and chip away at this CSI lead. Jaquise Kemp to the stripe. He now has 20 points. And he hits the first free throw. Kemp came in averaging about 11.5 points per game. He had played in just 2 games so far this year. And he now is up above 20. 22. After that pair of free throws, the Dolphins' lead is now 6. Basket here for CSI makes it a 3-possession game. And that becomes more and more important as we wind down toward the closing minute. Chestnut goes baseline, and that's the right call. You can see it. JJ extended the arm. Now for Chestnut, that's his 4th. He is the only player on either team with 4 fouls. Prendergast right down the center of the lane, and he lays it in. It is now a 4-point game. Waterman left open. No good from 3. Price doesn't miss many of those, but the Ravens turn it over. And that is a bad turnover if you're Franklin Pierce. I think the reason that one stings so much isn't just the time on the clock and the score. I think it's because there wasn't going to be an easy shot that came from that pass. Dolphins get it right back under 2 minutes to play. Goldstein defended closely by Robinson O'Hagan. Now Mallory kicks out. Waterman. Splash. That makes it a 3-possession game. And all of a sudden, the hill to climb for Franklin Pierce gets a whole lot steeper. Dolphins lead it 88-81. 1:38 to play when we come back.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
Just over 90 seconds to go from the College of Staten Island, and a big three-pointer by Bryce Waterman just extended the CSI lead to 7 points. That's a nice move by Robinson O'Hagan. TJ Tibbs not happy about that. And once again, Franklin Pierce comes down the floor and puts points on the board without any time coming off the clock, really. That was far too easy. Dolphins wisely taking some time off the clock here. Chestnut out to Waterman for three. Splash. Well, if Bryce is hitting that shot, there is not much the Ravens can do. Politi off the back rim, no good. Prendergast has the rebound. Under 50 seconds to play. And that shot goes for Robinson O'Hagan. They double-team McAllister. The Ravens yet to foul. There's only about a 17-second differential in a 6-point game. And Franklin Pierce will foul J.J. Chestnut. A lot of time came off the clock there. But it looks like if the Dolphins hit their free throws, they will hold on. And that lead they built in the first half, they needed most of it. Chestnut's free throw is good. Dolphins have been outscored in the second half, 54-45 with that last made free throw. They've shot just 4 of 13 from downtown. The Ravens 7 of 13. But the Dolphins won the first half by 16 points. And that has been the difference. Also, the Dolphins in the first half shot 7 of 11 from 3. The Ravens just 3 of 12. So outside shooting's been a big story in this game, as have turnovers. As the Dolphins are whistled for a foul away from the ball. And once again, the Ravens come down the court and will have a chance to take points off the board with hardly any time coming off the clock. Franklin Pierce will need to force at least a turnover or two to have a shot. But Prendergast will head to the line with a chance to make it a two-possession game. And he knocks down the first. Second free throw on its way, and no good, as Mallory pulls in the rebound. Shot clock is turned off. Ravens have to foul. And in a three-possession game, Franklin Pierce will not foul. So Dolphins will hold on. Bench wanted Chris Clancy to score it now. In Clancy's defense, he did hear the Franklin Pierce bench say no foul, but with the trap still happening, Coach Tibbs wanted his team to score it. Can't blame him. They're trapping. And jump ball is not the call. Clancy stepped on the baseline. At least I thought so. I think the jump ball was forced with Franklin Pierce standing on the baseline. So that'll do it. As the Dolphins hold on for a 93-86 win. The Ravens got as close as 4, but CSI was able to fend off the late Franklin Pierce rally. For all of our viewers who have stuck with me throughout this game, I thank you. It's been a bit of a tough go of it for me today, but battling illness, I made it through all 40 minutes. Thank you to everyone who tuned in from the start. Once again, this has been Joe Foreman, our engineer today, Tyler Clark, our camera operator, Pat Gilorenzo. Our next Sportsnet broadcast will actually be for CSI swimming and diving. That meet will take place on January 15th. Our next basketball broadcast will take place on January 17th when women's basketball takes on Lincoln University. Everyone, beat the bad weather home tonight if you're not watching from home. I know I intend to do just that, and we'll see all of you later in the month when the Dolphins take on the Lions.